What is up, Muscle and Strength? I am Joe Bennett here with Redcon1, and I'm going to discuss trisets, supersets, giant sets. Where do they have a place, especially as far as muscle building goals or as goals change. So first, it depends on your goal. So we'll talk about supersets first. Let's talk about pairing agonist and antagonist. If your goal is weight loss, the tool of strength training basically is just to use as much muscle groups as possible, as often as you can recover from. Normally, body parts don't need as much recovery the newer you are, so you can train things a little bit more often. And sometimes that's because your form is the limiting factor when you're brand new to something. So if you're just learning how to squat, you're just learning how to deadlift, or whatever your movements you're starting with, lots of times you can do them more often because you're not doing them strict enough really to tax your body to need more recovery. So lots of times a great split for some people starting out might be like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're training your entire body. If that's the case, it makes a lot of sense to maybe pair a push and a pull. An example of that would be pairing a chest press with some sort of row or row variation. If you're going to do a superset for the same body part, what is a good thought process? Well, a good thought process is you wouldn't want to superset two exercises that load the muscle the exact same way in the exact same position. So in my opinion, you wouldn't want to do a free weight preacher curl and then a machine preacher curl. It's almost the exact same exercise. You might want to do something that loads that exercise in its extreme ranges of motion. So you might want to load something that loads the bicep short, maybe like a high curl, and then loads the bicep in a lengthened position, maybe like an inclined dumbbell curl. So again, those are just some general overview as far as when can you use supersets. Trisets, giant sets, again, I kind of put them in the same category. Again, the application can be the same thing. So if you're doing giant sets, one, I think they can make a lot of sense again for weight loss. Because if you're pairing, even if you're going antagonist, agonist, if you're going upper body, lower body, whatever, if you're pairing 4, 5, 6 exercises back to back, the goal there is output. It's how much metabolic output can I get in a relatively short period of time. For most people, I would say giant sets of the same body part, you really have to be in that very, very advanced category of athlete. So hope that helps give you some guidelines for when to superset, when to giant set. Again, dependent on goal and dependent on how far along you are in your training journey. This is Joe Bennett with Muscle and Strength, Redcon1. Till next time.